Till now, we spoke about relating the elements of one set to the other set. Every set from one end, every element from one set is related to every element on the other end, right? So this is what we have understood till now. Now we are moving on to the next level of things. Now we are selecting the order pair. How is that we are selecting? By using a particular rule, and this is known as relation. So the basic idea under relation is that a relation is a rule or a pattern that connects two or more numbers or values. A small note, a number or a value can have many relationship. Right? So let me take up an example. So we have the same set of values which we have seen before. And now we are moving on to first, we are going to write the Cartesian product. So P is ABCH, not D actually, ABCH. So let me make the changes, and even H is also present. Yeah, and the same set of people. Now we are going to produce the Cartesian product. So this would be your output. So this is the result of P cross Q. Step 2 is to define the relationship. So in this case, we will define the relationship to be a set of order pair x comma y such that x is the first letter of the name y, and x belongs to P and y belongs to Q. What is that we are telling? This is your x, right? X comes from your this set, while y comes from your other set, right? Now, what we're telling is we are going to relate the letter to names which with which they start off with. For example, A and Ali, then B and Binoy and Banu and Binoy. Then we have C and Chandra and nothing else. We don't have D to relate anything. So basically your outcome in roasted form would be something like this. So we have the relationship R being equated to A comma Ali, B comma Bahanu, then we have B comma Binoy, and then C comma Chandra. So this would be your output. So what is that we did? We applied a rule to this particular output, right? To this particular set of order pair. So the pattern or the rule is that the alphabet should match the first letter of the name, right? The first letter of the name that is coming from set Q. Is it not? So this, all of them will be your outcomes. Okay. Now, how do you represent this relationship? Right? There are quite a few ways. A relation can be represented using an algebraic or mathematical model, using a visual representation known as mapping diagram, functional diagram, or a graph, a set of order pair or a table. Okay, so we're going to take up an example. So again, we have the same thing, right? So the relationship between P and Q can be established with an algebraic or mathematical model. So this is what is your one of the possible algebraic or mathematical models. So this is to do with alphabets and all of that. When it comes to mathematical expressions, which you have seen already, functions and is something that you have seen, some kind of hinting at what we will be looking at. Right, this is one possibility. So the main possibility that I want to show over here is actually this. Just a second. a visual representation or a mapping diagram or a functional diagram or graph. So what is that I want to show here is this, the following. Okay, so I'm drawing a structure like this. So I'm going to fill this with A, B, C, H, and this is nothing but your set P, and this is your set Q, and we have name Ali, Bhanu, Binoy, Chandra, and Divya, right? Now, so A is related to Ali, Bhanu and Binoy, and Chandra. That's it, right? So this is how you can represent the same relationship R. Okay, so this is a visual representation. This is known as mapping diagram. Okay, a set of order pair or a table. So this possibility, you guys have already seen this. So this would be your okay, right? So what is that we understood till now? We understood that we could relate elements of one set with the other set, and that establishing a relationship between each of the elements from one set to another set, it's known as Cartesian product. Under Cartesian product, right, we can select few items based on a rule, and that would be nothing but your relation, right? So you establish a relation, you establish a condition, you establish a rule, right? You select order pair which satisfies a particular pattern. Okay, and I showed you an example of how we can find the Cartesian product between two sets and define the relationship on that and then select, right? So you can have the outcome or output or the relation in different manners. That is, you can represent them in a different manner. This particular statement represents the overall picture, but of course, again, how you put it across, it will give a different set of information. So we spoke about roasted form and set builder form in first chapter in detail. So the same definition or the idea carries over. If you want to understand the mathematical or the rule behind a relation, you will represent it with mathematical model or algebraic expressions and so on and so forth, right? Or we can use a visual representation known as mapping diagram. So you have two sets put across at one end and another end, and each element is related to the other. Of course, which is not related, you just kind of ignore that, right? And the last one is your roasted form. Okay, so written in order pair, right? A small note before we end the video: a relation P cross Q will always be a subset, or it can select all of the combination of a Cartesian product of P cross Q. Does it make sense? Right? It's not that hard. So subset and all of that, I hope you guys remember. And this symbol it represents that it can be a subset or even equal to the Cartesian product. That is, all of the outcomes can be related. Anyways. And at the end, we'll look into the official definition. Official definition of your relation, actually. Official definition of your relation. So in mathematics, a relation is a set of ordered pair that describes a connection between two sets of objects. Okay, a relation is a set of ordered pair that describes a connection between two sets of objects. That makes sense, right? Okay. So this would be your writing part, all of it.